Woo! Third quarterfinal of the day. And yeah, what an exhausting second quarterfinal it has been with over 1.5 hours. I guess this one will be quicker. It is two legends colliding in this one. And once again on yAwS. And oops, I got the colors wrong. In the bottom right, we have the ESWC winner from 2006. It is Lucifer. One of the best undeads of all time, of course, wearing that Meet Your Makers tag back then quite frequently, winning several WC3Ls and NGLs as well. But yeah, since he's back from the army like 2 years ago, he has not that many accomplishments on his sleeve. No qualifying for WCA, not qualified for the WEC in 2014. No Jera Cup wins, no Rasbrain Cup accomplishments, and yeah, so, oh my god, I'm lagging. On the other side, we have ReMinD, one of the best Night of players of all time, right after Moon, I would say. He won BlizzCon, he won Worldwide Invitationals, he was the first Korean to ever win a WCG in 2010. So he's definitely high up there in the best players of all time. He also came back from the army, not 2 years ago, but just in December, I guess. And, no, in September, I guess. And he made a mark in the GSC, where he finished up third right after Infi and 120.
True. And to follow this one up, we had a vote in our chat here on Twitch, and it says 15 to 13 votes in favor of the undead king of all time, Mr. Lucifer, who sometimes struggles a little bit in terms of his shape, but usually is also performing very well against Night Elf players in general. So let's jump into the game. We have here ReMinD creeping the Ancient of War creep like he's doing it usually against every race. Demonada getting the Cloth of Haste right away, now going for the Acolyte snipe here. That one is supposed to scout his opponent, and with that kill he will get level 2. On the other side, we see Lucifer with a bunch of ghouls and 2 skeletons running toward his opponent, so I'm not really sure what he's going to do. Is he going for a rush right away? He's teching already in the main base, just as ReMinD is teching, and now going for the damage right away with the aura first.
This is something I haven't seen in like ages. He's not going for the immediate harass with only the DK. He's not going for creeping, what would be the usual alternative to that harassment from the DK. No, he's gathering all his ghouls without a single creep spot, without an harass, without everything, and trying to do as much pressure as he can right off the start. Of course, wanting to get that Wisp, but Exodus of the Wisp, ReMinD saving them all, but he's able to cancel that Moonwell, and with the normal damage, ghouls are able to tear down Moonwells pretty frequently. And since, oh my, is he going for the tree? No,
he's not going for the creep.
What? Yeah, I was just to say, what a decision would that be? But yeah, so far he didn't accomplish too much except this one Moonwell.
I think actually it's kind of good, but the only thing that he did was forcing away a few wisps, and I like that, how he microed away just a bunch of his wisps to a safety location where the ghouls are just out of range to get them. And on the other hand, he had to cancel one Moonwell. I think I pointed it out already, but this is pretty much it. This is all that he achieved with that. It's, to be honest, not that much, and it's pretty easy to counter since you have a level 2 Demonada already. Yeah. You just have to get confirmation that this is not like a 2 crypt all in, but actually this is like a 2 crypt Garg play, and I think somebody will like that quite a lot.
I kept mentioning this in the past weeks and months, that it's actually a viable play here on AI, because of course the Merc camps have both a Red Drake, and with Gargoyles it's so easy to creep them, so you get a huge experience boost and one of the best items in this game, definitely one of the best items on this map. So it might be worth it going for that, but of course ReMinD super experienced in defending Gargoyles, but on the other side Lucifer has been playing the strategies for years as well, so this is the old school Undead versus Night Elf matchup. Doesn't get much more old school than this.
Yeah, you can see how well the timings are lining up. The Graveyard and the Crypt just finished, and the tier 2 tech is about to finish as well, so it's like a perfect timing on every single building. It's crazy. Now finally he's going for some creeping. He got 0, really 0, literally 0 experience points on the DK so far, and now he's tier 2. And maybe with the 10% extra XP that you get for a single hero, maybe this camp is enough to give you level 2 already, and I guess it is.
Yeah, with the ghouls, of course, it's very easy to creep the Berserkers since they have normal armor or medium armor. The Null is a little bit harder, but with a massive ghouls you can do it just in time. Replenishment Potion is awesome for the DK. Pendant Brewmaster, the obvious counter to Gargoyles, mass area of effect. We saw that against Gyrocopters in Loliad versus Reprisal. This is basically how it works as well. But an Undead can counter this with Stone Form on tier 3, and it just comes down to the timing, I guess.
I'm not sure if he's doing the right thing right now. He wants to intercept the creeping a little bit to slow down the Demon Hunter and the Panda in terms of experience, but what I think he should do is go inside their main base and cancel the second Ancient of Lore. If you keep your opponent on one Ancient of Lore, the Dryad production is of course kept low, and against low number of Dryads, high number of Gargs just easily slay them apart. So I think he should go inside that main base and try and kill that second Ancient of Lore right now.
Yeah, it's pretty exposed too.
Yeah, that's true. And the Ancient Protector is also in a really weird spot.
Yeah, I don't know if ReMinD is making the right calls here. I kind of... Oh, nice Breath of Fire. I guess he got it.
But it went to the DK.
Ah, okay.
Well done by Lucifer.
I kind of agree with you that it's important to keep the Dryad count low, but on the other side, it's also super important to keep the heroes low. And ReMinD, what the hell?
Yeah, ReMinD just cancelled the second Ancient of Lore on his own conditions, on its own terms, and is now going into dual Ancient of Wind production. It's really good. It's a perfect counter, and if your opponent keeps on guards, you just have like a high amount of hippos, and you have the Panda, which makes the hippo even more effective.
Yeah. Of course, you encounter a Lich pretty early, which slows down not only the movement speed of the hippos, but also the attack speed. But you have to hit them so good to make it work.
That's true.
But on the other side, if Lucifer is seeing this and transitions into Fiends, ReMinD is pretty much butt-fucked.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, he's just pumping out more and more, more and more units, getting a slaughterhouse now.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, hippos
but if you, let's say you get like 2 or 3 gargoyles, and then stop Garg production completely and transition into Fiends, Lich with Orb and 2 statues, I think the game just is like GG right from the spot. It's very, very good if you can trick your opponent into something and then just throw something completely different at him.
Of course.
But this is not the case in this game. I don't think that I would see him go into any kind of Fiends. But he's not going for any more Gargs as well, so maybe this is even something completely different.
Well, his Ziggurat is super late, so he's supply stuck at the moment, so he can't produce anything. I guess he'll continue to build Gargs here.
Yeah, true. Also getting confirmation for the second attack upgrade here for the Gargs. First one is already through.
Well, it's the same upgrade for Gargs and Fiends, so that's not...
Yeah, that's true, but usually you wouldn't... I don't think that you would necessarily upgrade Fiends in attack.
Yeah, right.
So, high number of units, and they have very high damage against air units as well as the Hippogriffs. The Hippogriffs, let me see, where is one? Got like 50 to 57, but the Gargoyle on the other hand, he got up to 80 damage, and he will have a second upgrade in no time. But what we figured out throughout the thread on Reddit is like when your unit get like a high DPS, upgrading the damage is even better, because you just benefit way more from that.
But the attack speed of the Hippogriffs is way faster than the Gargs, so that's...
But it's both stays fast.
Yeah, but it's like a number behind that. And
yeah, sure, but
number
is
of
it really such big of a difference then?
Yeah, it is. And the big plus for microing in fights is if you attack with A-click with the Hippogriffs, they attack air. If you attack the Gargoyles with A-click, they attack ground.
And when the Gargoyles have Drunken on them and they cannot use the Stone Form in time, or second round of Stone Form, like you can dodge one Drunken, but you can't dodge another one.
Yeah.
Then you even miss hits. So the Hippogriffs micro more easily. I think execution is also a big point here.
Yeah.
If you execute flawless, I think Gargoyles can overcome that. But since the execution for the Night Elf is way easier with level 3 Panda, for example, and the bunch of Hippos that he got, then it's way easier for him to win that game, I guess.
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting scenario that we're driving in here. Of course, the Lich is the second hero here with the Orb of Corruption that also comes into play, the armor reduction. Plus the Nova, which slows down Hippogriffs and deals the area of effect damage, can't be dodged. So yeah, the execution of Nova very important here as well. Second replenishment potion, this time on the Lich. And another thing is, of course, shop control. You need as many heal scrolls as possible on everything, both players do. So yeah, keeping track of the shops, key to victory here.
And so far you cannot find the level 3 on the Panda, but I guess we're finishing that camp, he will have the level 3. And what I would like to see for ReMinD is one bear, like one master bear that can actually provide raw for the hippogriffs to even increase the damage a little bit further.
Level 3 for the Panda now. No items at the moment for the Night Elf since the shop is empty. Okay, now there is a heal scroll. Now there is an info potion. And here we see the first fight. The Nova hits perfectly on the hippogriffs. But here comes Breath of Fire. Drunken Haze Stone Form being used. Yeah, and he continues to attack. 41 food for ReMinD, but keeps dropping here. Demon Hunter is also very, very low. Keeps attacking! What a nice stab that was at the hippogriffs. Reign supreme in the air, but basically both are gone. Both armies.
Wow, the last Breath of Fire killed so many units. It's crazy. Like, I think at least 4 Gargs died to that last Breath of Fire, so that the hippos were able to win that fight. And now it turns out to be a very bad spot for both of the players. And you mentioned it, Fiend transition is real.
Oh yeah, there it is. We see a double crypt, so he can easily transition into this. On the other side, ReMinD wants to transition into bears, but he has only 1 Ancient of Lore. Plus he needs the Adept upgrade, plus he needs the Master upgrade. This is way slower for the Night Elf player than it is for the Undead.
But Fiends on the other side also not that great against, for example, a Panda level 3. They also take a lot of damage, and there's no Destroyer in the area that can actually dispel that afterburn effect. Now he's even cycling the Panda and going for the first hero. How fucking great was that?
Wand of the Wind, I keep telling this over and over. Situationally, such a great item can win you games. And this was the perfect execution on using that item. Then comes Coil, then comes Nova, of course. The Orb of Corruption shots, they help as well. And Lucifer, the underdog in this game, all of a sudden in a splendid position.
Wow, what a game. And I think our viewers have a good read on that. 2 more votes for Lucifer. Reigning for the crazy king of Undead back in the days. One of the best players of the entire planet. And now just performing up to speed. Just using everything to his advantage. This Cyclone on the Panda to prevent the staff and then kill the first hero of the Night Elf. How amazing was that? And now we will finally see the Master upgrade for the bears being research and is done now, and the first bear in production.
Yeah. The first fight, we gotta say that Lucifer did not really want to take it because his Lich was still level 2, that means Nova was level 1, so the damage was a lot lower than it is now. And you mentioned the Panda against Fiends, it's not that bad. I think, yeah, it is not that bad, but against Fiends, Naga second is way better. Would you agree to that?
No, I think Breath of Fire combination, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire is so sick against Fiends. It just wrecks them completely. And also, if you put them in the ground with the Borrow upgrade, the Breath of Fire still hits them, while the Naga cannot do shit anymore if you don't have Dust.
Yeah, but no one uses Borrow, unfortunately, so...
I've seen people use Borrow. I think even 120 is using Borrow a lot.
Yeah, that's right, but he is the exception to everything, I guess.
Because it gives you so much more value to your unit, because you can keep it alive for such a long time.
Yeah. But there's always scan, especially here when there's a level.
Yeah, but you have to spend money on that then.
Yeah, but you have to spend money on Burrow as well. Okay, once.
Yeah, but
you're right.
one Borrow upgrade is almost like 1 scan or 1 dust.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's completely worth it. Now third hero here. The focus will increase. Demon Hunter dropping super low. Level 3 Coil. Level 2 Nova. And the Cyclone once again. Wow. Could have used the second round of Cyclone to prevent the staff. But there are Dryads on the field with Dispel. And the fight is going ham here.
Yeah, Cyclone, Wand of the Wind again on the Panda and Brewmaster. He needs to get rid of those bears now. He has 3 of them. And they are able to attack the Fiends. That's what you never want. First Fiends going down. But the first Destroyer's in the air as well. Nice staff from the Demon Hunter who has a potion of healing. So the nuke is not that hard. But the second bear is going down. Level 4 on the Lich, but nice Coil on that Fiend. Breath of Fire just barely connects, but the Lich is kind of exposed. There's nothing to heal him. Mana potion being used. Where is the Coil? There's the Coil. Focus Fire on the Demon Hunter continues, but the staff saves him once again. Now the Panda is kind of exposed, but there is a town portal. But once again, Lucifer reigning supreme over the bronze medalist of the GSC, getting 1 more Dryad out of this game, and all of a sudden it's 44 versus 43 food. Again, equal numbers, but the hero levels definitely in favor of the undead. 5, 4, 1 against 4 and 3.
But I think it was a way better fight for ReMinD. ReMinD was getting a lot of more stuff out of that fight. And I told you, Breath of Fire is fucking amazing against Fiends, and he was just wrecking Fiends apart with that combo. It's just so strong. He even had one heal scroll, and he was barely able to keep any of these Fiends alive. Of course, he's still on 2 crypt production, but he lost so much. I think if you just compare it, the Naga got half a level by creeping a green spot, and that fight that happened. I think he lost 1 bear in total.
Yeah.
And a Dryad.
Right. And I guess the key to victory was double staff. He staffed out so much. Demon Hunter, 2 bears, I guess. Demon Hunter again. That was definitely worth it getting that second staff.
Staff of Preservation is sick, especially when you have like high value units like bears that you can regen up again, and they just cost a shitload of money.
But a lot of Night Elves don't use it to full potential, I guess, and ReMinD is doing that now.
Yeah, some Night Elf players just get 1 staff. I don't see it. Like 150 gold, you can save 1 bear. It's already worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So no level 2 Naga there. He lacks Fork Lightning for that hero nuke. But he has decent shop control once again. The items here is 1 heal scroll, 1 invo potion. For ReMinD, we have nothing except the town portal.
So someone in chat is asking if Gloves of Haste actually stuck. Yes, they do, and this is the reason why the Lich got 2 of them, as well as a Claws of Attack. You get plus 11 damage, and the damage output by the Lich alone is so high, because with the Orb of Corruption and the Frost Arrow on top of things, Coil level 3, Nova level 2, now destroys with mana, like the single target focus of these units, heroes and fiends, it's crazy.
57 food for Lucifer. This is maybe the perfect timing for him. On the other side we have 50 food for ReMinD, but he can fight in his own base. There's Moon Juice, there is some ancients who can help protect this. But yeah, you mentioned it, the damage of Lucifer is crazy high. He has 3 destroyers up in the air, and when the Lich has higher attack speed, if you control him to the fullest potential, there is so much lost armor in the unit of ReMinD. But we're about to see what's going down here. A heavy focus on the Demon Hunter, but his staff saves him again.
Nice, I like the Wisp streaming in to find the connections on the heroes. To get a few detonates, it's basically 150 mana burn if you detonate 3 Wisp on top of the hero.
But he only got 1.
Yeah, he only got 1, but it was a great idea, and now we see the web being used, and now he can kite these Hippogriffs. They become useless already. Still 200 mana on that DK. Now Breath of Fire combination about to hit, but he's completely unaware of the Demon Hunter, and that one falls. First hero from ReMinD is dead, and he's in a very bad spot for this first game.
What a capitalization from Lucifer.
But the DK is surrounded.
Oh my god, but there's an invo potion. He can use him right now. The Panda has a staff. Oh my god, he gets nuked to death again. Can't use the town portal. That nuking of Lucifer.
Holy shit, that nuking hitting hard.
Perfect execution.
Completely wrecked.
He saw, alright, the staff on the Panda is on cooldown. He is not in a position to swap the town portal. Go for the Demon Hunter right away. Coil Nova, Fork Lightning hit him hard. Eliminated out of the fight. Then he saw, okay, Panda's dropping low. Panda's dropping quite low. Boom, Coil Nova, eliminating the second hero out of the fight. GG. Awesome sick, performance by Lucifer.
This is what undead players try to do. They try to trick the Night Elf with the Staff of Preservation. It's like, I go for that bear. Come on, staff that bear out. As soon as he sees the Panda staff someone out, he goes for the Demon Hunter, because the Demon Hunter cannot be staffed out anymore. If it's the other way around, he goes for the Panda. So just great execution. Lucifer tricking his opponent like 2 or 3 times with the Wand of Wind, and then keeping the Staff of Preservation out of the equation. So well played.
And yeah, this is exactly what we want to see from this game. Are you able to go in-game? Is it hosted already? Not really.
I don't have a game name.
Well, it's always the same.
It's always the same
pattern.
Same procedure. But yeah, chat was expecting it. More votes in favor of Lucifer here.
It's
and I think more people are rooting for him. What a game! Why do we have to download Amazonia? Is this a tricky map?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a wrong.
You remember, like, there was this one map where Orc was stronger than other races?
It was, well, yeah, in 2004 or something, 5.
Caused a small scandal.
Well, it basically killed the big growth of Warcraft in Korea completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No big television tournaments afterwards.
Sick. Yeah, but it's like somebody created a map that was similar in every aspect to the normal maps that you play. Besides the fact that Orc got like boosted in certain areas, like units got better stats, and Orc annihilated everything on that map. Crazy. Very crazy. And someone was also asking about the tool that is being used to display the mana and health bars, like how you do it on stream. This is a tool that only Neo got, because it's actually some kind of a hack that people are not supposed to have anymore, and there's actually no access to that tool anymore. And I think you have to get in contact with a programmer to actually enable the tool.
Yeah, this is custom made for us, and it doesn't work in ladder games or whatever. It's only working in observer mode, but yeah, I'm not allowed to share it, so sorry about that. Since I think you could re-engineer it so it works again in
I think if the Russian gets the hand on this, we will have a new wonderful tool.
Nah.
Get some nice APM 70s.
Sure. Well, if Grubby comes back with APM 70 map hacks, then I'll be fine with that. Oh yeah, it was the MBC in 2005. Thank you, eSpider. That's exactly the tournament where the Orc was boosted a bit and like hidden stats. So it is map number 2. ReMinD needs to come up with something, but this is Amazonia, and this is of course where every Night Elf starts to shine. Yeah,
this is definitely a Night Elf map, I also would call it. But I've seen Lucifer win against also, I think all the games that I saw from him on Amazonia, he won that one. He goes for the laboratory creep with the ghouls, not the aggression that he did earlier. I think the aggression was just due to the fact that he wanted to transition into Gargs anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he creeps to level 2 and then he applies pressure and then he goes for this DK Naga Lich combination that also 120 is playing. But he's not going for the Frost Worm, he rather goes for Destroyers and then hits you at a crucial timing where you just have like Master Upgrade finished and maybe 2 bears out if you're fast. He really perfected that to his own kind of style. And so far, I've seen it being used to quite some success in the past.
Yeah, this is a weird build order, right? Super early crypt, lots of ghouls, late altar.
Yeah, this is like early tier 2 tech.
Yeah.
He really wants to tech fast and skips the graveyard for quite some time.
Yeah, I see this working here. Usually you start with Altar and Ziggurat to start to harass, but yeah, Lucifer is kind of walking a different path in Undead versus Night Elf, and
I like how he's pulling the camp towards that Ancient of War, so it's actually attacked by all the creeps. But he cannot punish it, but it's still kind of cute. More damage to the Ancient of War, and his opponent is like, oh shit, do I have to be careful now?
Question from the chat, could you go in detail why a map favors a race and is bad for other races?
Yeah, like for example, as a Night Elf player, if you have a map where Ancient of War creeping allows you to creep camps with like huge sustainability items, such as like Twisted Meadows, for example, where you can go for the mercenary camps with an Ancient of War and 1 archer. This is a map that is kind of favored already, like right from the start for a certain race. And then there are like other maps where it's like kind of hard to expand for a human player, for example, such as Ancient Isles. It's very, very tough to creep in an expansion spot that got like poison creeps as well as like purge creeps that can get rid of water elementals, so you get a lot of damage early on your units. And it's pretty easy to harass your expansion. Traveling distance is also something that's really important in Warcraft. So if the expansion is close to your opponent or same distance to you as to your opponent, it's usually bad for you as a human player. So just to give you a few examples on that.
Nice block by the archer, getting rid of those skeletons, and yeah, it's now the other way around, man. The Night Elf harassing the Death Knight here, but nice block by the ghouls, level 2 on the Death Knight, that means coil, and he will finish that up as well. So pretty safe by Lucifer here, but I like the movement of the ghouls. Nice detonate by ReMinD as well. So yeah, this is a very early tier 2 tech by Lucifer compared to ReMinD. He's slightly ahead, but I can't imagine him going into Gargs again. This was just The one on Ancient Isles where the drakes come into play. Pretty early grave... Oh no, it's okay. It's just in time. The graveyard is. And ReMinD is building more archers. I think he doesn't feel safe about this. Okay, that archer's going down. That explains why.
Yeah, I think he will need a few archers as well if he wants to keep creeping. Because the expansion spot is also kind of hard to creep. Hunter's Hall is somewhere?
Nope.
No Hunter's Hall yet. Kind of surprising it's late. It's actually getting even later since he's not throwing it down anytime soon, and he got like 3 archers already on the field, but you definitely want to have that Hunter's Hall.
He played that versus 120 where he went dots.
And really? And dots archer and then the longbow upgrade?
Yeah, and cycloned the undead heroes over and over again. Versus 120, it failed pretty heavily, but that was due to some mistake in the early game. I can't really recall what happened there. But 120 completely annihilated him. But I guess
I think talent is very bad because you can just get a few destroyers that you will get anyhow and then get rid of them.
Yeah, but it's super expensive to dispel with destroyers. But
it's also super expensive to go into master talents. And if he gets the Naga out with ghouls, like right now, I feel Archer are so weak.
Ghouls just melt against talents.
No, if he gets in there with the Rod of Necromancy, he can just kill them. Because whenever you lose 1 ghoul, you basically get 2 skeletons for that. So you kinda trade efficiently, even though you're losing units, you get more forces to get rid of the archers. And archers against skeletons are very bad. Because the skeletons are even stronger than the ghouls.
That's right. So yeah, we'll see how things unfold, but he's not throwing down the Ancients of Wind yet as well. It's just archers here.
Maybe he wants to finish this game very early with some crazy Ancient of War push, or I don't know. There was like one time when Night of players went for Nature's Blessing as soon as they hit 2-2, and then they go for like 10 archers and 5 Ancient of Wars inside your opponent's main base.
Okay. You see this working against undead?
Yeah, I've seen Ancient of Wars walk inside the main base of the undead, slaying ziggurats and shit. I've seen it, yeah. It's very strong because ghouls cannot compete with high amount of archers. Because then you have 1 volley and ghoul is dead.
Yeah. But he's going to 3 now. This is so weird.
And also the slaughterhouse is in a fantastic position.
Yeah. Hidden.
So sometimes you have to watch your base and have to think about like how much wood or in what position do I have to get rid of the wood so that I can throw down my tier 2 buildings. And don't block them with stupid ziggurats in position already. Just need enough space in the back of your base.
Lucifer just scouted the Ancient of Wind, but the DK is in kind of a bad situation here. Naga second by ReMinD. Oh. And now the Naga is in trouble as well. There's no coil. No town portal, but a heal potion. So every hero gets out alive.
I'm really surprised to see that Talon play. I'm looking forward to it, how it unfolds.
Yeah, I'm curious if he worked on that, because the GSC finals were in early January, so plenty of weeks to work on that strategy. And he's keeping good track of the DK, man. He's still level 2. Don't get that needed experience for Coil level 2.
Wow, now the only fiend will die.
Most likely, yes, with a Naga right click. So that's a big loss. That's a lot of damage, especially against Talons, but finally he gets his level 3 with the Sasquatch, Sentry Wards, Claws on the Naga already. That is very, very good.
So is he going to produce more archers, or is he just staying on the archers that he got from the early game?
I think he'll have a mix.
He might need a few more archers, because it will be his main DPS.
Yeah. But Talons are effective against ghouls already, but of course later he needs it against destroyers. But here he comes again with the ghoul army, once again the staff, saving that second hero, but interrupting that creep, keeping that demon hunter on level 2 is so important.
Do you remember this Lost Temple strategy back in the day, Night Elf against Undead, because there was no tavern? Night Elf players went to like Demon Hunter, Priest of the Moon, Keeper of the Grove, Mass Archer Talon.
Oh yeah.
And they had like 100 supply Archer Talon in the end. And the only way to counter it was like mass AoE with Crypt Lord, Lich.
Sometimes even Dreadlord.
Yeah, exactly. Dreadlord with that wave of terror. These were like really sick games. I liked it a lot.
Maybe we'll see it in the EPL where the Lost Temple is back in the map pool.
But is it Lost Temple Prime with that?
No, it's the normal
No?
one.
Nice!
Of course.
Nice!
The human player loves it.
For the human, it's good map!
Well,
But I think people can still veto it.
yeah, you have 3 vetoes, so it's a lot.
But you have like 3 vetoes throughout the season?
No.
So there's something like you can do stuff throughout the season where you can block a veto from your opponent.
We'll talk about that tomorrow during the EPL qualifier.
Okay, yeah.
Let's focus on this game. Level 3 and almost 3 for the Naga here. Robe of the Maggie, awesome item. But
on the other hand, ReMinD is also getting a huge chunk of XP here while creeping the other side of the map and stealing camps. Especially this level 6 rock golem camp from his opponent.
Yeah, the consumables are very strong. Here we have the Potion of Greater Healing already. Follows it up with Potion of Greater Mana. Not that bad for the Naga.
Wow, this will be a nice creep jack. Please kill everything.
Town Portal out. Sorry, I got a hiccup. Can you carry for a second? I need to get rid of it.
Yeah, sure. Right now the Knight of Player has to get some more HP on all his units. You can see the archers are super low. 9 HP. 50 HP, 40 HP, he has to regen them, but the moonwells are empty. It's about to hit night there, but this leaves some more time to the undead player to creep up, and the Naga is already level 3, the DK is 3.5, and the Lich is finding some more experience with that mercenary camp here, while the Knight of Player, is he getting a healing scroll or anything like that?
Let's see.
So far, first healing scroll.
Yeah, that's right, and he's transitioning into hippos.
Against the destroyers, most likely.
Yeah, and Lucifer already with web upgrade, so he's...
Did he get a third hero throughout that strat?
Might have been a Tinker.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I can't
Could
recall.
work. Maybe even like... Oh, he morphed both of the destroyers without absorbing the mana from them.
That is a big mistake. But maybe he thinks, alright, I can Dispel Cyclone anyway.
Could be the case, yeah. Wow, the Naga is getting nuked. Info potion being popped. Hippogriff is there, but it's only one, and there's web from the 2 fiends there is. The destroyers have free reign, but the archers with the longbow can easily snipe them down.
Yeah.
And also the demon hunter is wrecking them apart with the orb of corruption. He can hit air. There's no more mana on the Naga here from Lucifer, so no more Fork Lightnings. The Lich is still full mana, basically, not using that. Now finally using one of the Novas. And this fight definitely goes in favor of ReMinD.
The Cyclones were really well, first 2 being Dispel, but now, oh my god, he's kind of trapped, but he had the big potion of healing. The first Dispels went pretty well for the Destroyers and the Undead, but of course then the DK was always high up in the air. The damage from the Archers connected to the Destroyers, no coil thanks to Cyclone, and it seems to be working here. Level 4 on the DK though, ReMinD still looking strong, 42 food.
Right, as long as you can kite your opponent like that and get rid of the hippos, it's basically gold being drained out of him.
Yeah.
And I think one Abomination would be a perfect addition to the forces here.
Oh, DH has to be careful! Once again being nuked! And then Undead nuke reigns supreme, and now it's time to pick up the pieces here. Of course, there's Cyclone to slow down the Undead, but what a mistake again! Letting that Demon Hunter die with a potion of healing.
What a disaster, what a huge slip again. Today we have witnessed heroes dying with potions and shit.
Yeah.
I can't really recall any kind of like match series on one day where people lose so many heroes. Just yesterday when I streamed I also lost my Archmage a couple of times just like that. So bad. I don't know, maybe there's like some kind of a play going on where people like to lose their heroes. We have seen Minyuk, we see ReMinD. This is the top notch. This is not some kind of 60%, 50% player on ladder that loses his hero sometimes. This is like the top notch players.
And Lucifer immediately capitalizing, knowing, okay, without a Demon Hunter, he can't really exit his base, he can't take any risks. So let's go for that Granite Golem, go for that item, go for the experience. Can he get a level 3 Lich? No, I don't think so. No, it's split between 3. It's close though. Crystal Ball was the item, not really worth it, but the experience, man. The nuke is getting stronger and stronger by the minute. DK level 4 and 3rd, Naga almost level 4, Lich about to hit level 3, and then Coil Nova Fork Lightning.
Just look at the bank account of Lucifer. He got like 1k gold that he's finally spending right now. And he will go up to at least 62, 66 supply. And on the other side, ReMinD also investing into his hero to get him back. It's not investing into all too much at the same point. He got a few archers, of course. He got a few talents, but overall, if he's not pulling out the crazy fight that you usually do against Orc, for example, where 50 supply talents is like super strong and can overcome like 60 or 65% supply Orc, then I don't see him winning that game anymore.
It looks like Lucifer has this matchup figured out. I feel this is by far his strongest. Maybe together with the Undead Mirror that we saw against Believe last week, which was, 2 weeks ago, which was crazy strong. But yeah, the second red spot, he takes it, but this time the Demon Hunter is back. This time, ReMinD can contest this.
Yeah, and this time he's morphing the destroyers accordingly, how you should do it. Like, absorb the mana one after another. And now with full mana destroyers, Invo Potion being popped right away, mana burning the DK, still 100 mana, but the Naga is dropping low. And this time the Staff of Preservation was on the Naga, and there's no chance of staffing her out since there's only one staff in the picture. The archers are trying to kill the destroyers, but as so far it's not really looking good. Look how much he's losing with the Splash Orb. It's doing so much damage. The Fiends completely untouched. Destroyers all still in the air. The focus is just not right, and ReMinD is dropping down to 25 supply, while Lucifer is standing strong on 62. What a disaster for him. What a bad fight.
I'm close to calling this a rape. ReMinD opened that fight with a wrong Cyclone. He cycloned a Fiend instead of the Demon Hunter, the Death Knight. Lucifer immediately capitalizing, hitting Coil Nova Fork Lightning on that Naga. Of course, there's no way of getting her out of there. And now it's the second red spot for the Undead, and this is most likely going to be level 5. 4-3 on the heroes, and the nuke is getting stronger, and I don't see ReMinD coming back from this at all. What an annihilation in the upper left here of AZ.
This was seriously like a 2-click. Like the fight before was he checked the Demon Hunter. Of course, the Staff of Preservation was on the Demon Hunter to keep the Naga safe. It's like, okay, you have the Staff on the DH, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And this time he checked the Naga. Oh, the Staff is on the Naga. You want to staff out your Demon Hunter, right? Oh, and the Naga is gone. This is just what happened, and yeah, I wanted to work around the term of rape because I didn't want to use it, but as you called it, this is definitely one.
Yeah, we can do that here, I guess. So another hero focus. This is what made the Undead so infamous back in the day. Cyclone now on the Death Knight on level 4, but immediately being dispelled, DH and problems, and I'm lagging, I guess. Okay, now gone, and he's focusing on the units, picking up one after another. The destroyers so strong against the Talons.
I don't know, if you get smashed like that on that tournament already in January, maybe you should like rethink your strategy or your approach, but this is not working. I don't see it. It's not working at all, not a bit. And Lucifer taking a 2-0 against ReMinD. How fucking surprising is that?
ReMinD was considered the best Undead currently in the world.
The best Undead?
The best Night Elf, I'm sorry. The best Night Elf in the world, and Lucifer just ripped him into pieces in like, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever this was.
It's just like, no, absolutely, he left him no chance at all.
Yeah.
Like, there was no stage of the game where Lucifer looked kind of shaky in both maps. It's crazy.
Ancient Isles was just... Yeah, maybe he caught him off guard, because this was kind of unusual tactics. Oh, well, not the second map, but definitely the first map with Gargoyles. Maybe ReMinD wasn't prepared for that. And I think the Night Elves haven't figured out how to deal with the new kind of Undead playstyle that does not go for an immediate Death Knight harass.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm actually not sure if I can join that game right now. The next one, because I have to restart my computer right now.
Why is that?
Because my keyboards, for some reason, just stopped working sometimes.
Ah. You can copy-paste it from Skype. I know, it's no
maybe
right-click.
Works.
It's no right-click in Warcraft. So yeah, we're going to a small break. Maybe you can make it. Otherwise...
Yeah, it takes me like 1 minute max.
Okay. Yeah, then we'll go into a small break and we will be back with the fourth quarterfinal, and that is such a rare matchup. It's Undead versus Org, it's Belief versus Focus.